Welcome to this story designed to help you relax and fall into a deep, relaxing sleep. In this story, we'll take a walk through a lively jungle to reach a majestic waterfall. Settle into your favorite sleeping position. Get snuggled into your bed and let go of all random thoughts about the day. Let this story carry you away to a deep, relaxing sleep. You take a moment to scan your body, starting from your toes and working your way up. With each exhale, you consciously release any tension you find, allowing your muscles to soften and relax. Your feet sink into the soft earth beneath you. Your legs grow heavy and warm. Your torso feels light and free as you let go of any tightness in your abdomen and chest. Your shoulders drop, releasing the weight of the world from your back. You bring your attention to your arms, letting them grow heavy and limp as you release any tension from your shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Your fingers unfurl, open and relaxed. Finally, you focus on your head and neck, allowing them to sink into the earth as you release any tension from your jaw, temples, and forehead. You feel a sense of profound ease wash over you, as though a weight has been lifted from your entire being. In this tranquil oasis, surrounded by the beauty of nature, you feel a sense of peace wash over you like a gentle wave. The worries and cares of the world fade away, replaced by a profound sense of calm and contentment. You are fully present in this moment, allowing yourself to simply be, to exist in harmony with the world around you.
In front of you, there are rolling hills, progressively growing steeper as you travel through foothills of the mountains whose glistening ice caps draw closer every day. The hills are thickly forested, not with evergreens, but with the early light green leaves and thick gnarled trunks of broad-leafed deciduous trees. It's early spring, the weather cool but enjoyable due to the effort being exerted by your travel. The terrain is losing all resemblance to the cold prairie that had surrounds it, now traversing through shaded glens and over grassy knolls of a full temperate forest. The heavy brown barks of oak, beech, walnut, apple, and maple were intermixed with supple, straight, thin-barked willow, birch, hornbeam, aspen, and the high brush of alder and hazelnut. The warm southerly breeze carries a tang to it that you cannot readily identify. Slim cylindrical flowers still cling to birches, willows, and hickory trees, while the delicate petals of pink and white drift down from the apple and cherry. These blossoms of fruit and nut trees give the early promise of bounty within the region. You struggle through brush and vines of the dense forest and climb exposed faces. As you mount rocky outcrops, the hillsides around you are resplendent with greens of every hue. The deep shades of pine reappear as you climb, along with silver fir. Higher up, blue spruce makes an occasional appearance. The deeper colors of the cone-bearing trees intermingled with the rich primary greens of the broad-leafed trees and the limes and pale greens of the small-leafed varieties. Mosses and grass add their shade to the lush variety of smaller plants, from mushrooms to the sprouting iris and dandelion. Tiny succulents cling to exposed rock faces. Wildflowers are scattered through the woods. Flowers, mostly orchids, poppies, primulas, marigold, daisies, and anemones, carpet the ground. The dew clinging to petals shimmer in the sun. In a few of the heavily shaded places, the last of the yellow and purple crocus still bravely showed their heads. Stopping for a rest after reaching the top of a steep incline, the panorama of wooded hillsides ends abruptly at the dry, grassy plains expanding to the horizon. From this vantage point, several herds of wild cow and reindeer can be seen in the distance grazing on the tall grass. The sky to the east, over the broad prairie, is clear, but scudding up fast from the south, thunderheads are brewing. If they continued to develop, these clouds could be forced to dump their load of moisture on you. As you progress beyond the nose of a jutting ridge, you see a cave a few hundred yards ahead. The roughly circular mouth, seemingly sculpted out of the rock of the mountain, was large enough to promise a space inside for exploration. A beam of light hits the opening of the southern-facing opening, which promises exposure to sunlight most of the day. The sunbeam also highlights the deep, rich soil of the cave's broad front terrace. A large bluff to the north and a matching one to the southeast offered protection from winds. Creating a list of features in your mind, the fresh flowing water coming out of the rock face, then flowing away from the cave opening, is added as a positive. Off to the west side, surrounded by a tangle of vines, brush, and grass, the water creates a spring-fed pool. Its outlet, a small rivulet trickling down the slope to the stream. You follow the spring to its source, rising out of the rock a short way up the steep, rugged, overgrown side of the cave. The sparkling water just outside the mouth was fresh and pure. You add the pool to the list of benefits of the location. Approaching the cave, you see no signs of human or animal habitation, but that was no guarantee the cave was uninhabited. Birds dart in and out of the large opening, twittering and chirping as they swoop and circle. Birds are a good omen. As you cautiously approach the cave, you skirt the mouth while carefully looking for fresh animal tracks or droppings. The most recent appear to be a few days old. The sight is good. Preparing to enter the large dark opening, you look up at the apex high overhead as you pass into the hole in the mountain. All senses alert, you proceed warily into the dim interior, gazing around in wonder. A high vaulted ceiling domed an enormous room. You inch along the rough rock wall, watching for openings that might lead to deeper recesses. Near the back, the cave wall turns sharply back toward the entrance. Following the opposite wall, back to the mouth, you see a dark crack, nearly the height of the cave, and the width of two men standing shoulder to shoulder. Peering into this crack, you see absolute blackness. With no torch in hand, you dash outside to scan the vegetation growing nearby. Seeing a small strand of fir trees, you head toward it, clumps of hard resinous pitch oozes through the bark, making shiny patches on the trunks. You pry the bark loose. Fresh sticky sap beads up in the white scar left on the tree. You break off dead dry branches still clinging below the living green-needled boughs, then withdraw a hand axe and hack off a green branch and quickly strip it. You wrap the pitchy bark and dry twigs with tough grass to the end of the green branch and carefully light it on fire. Soon, you are holding a blazing torch and head back into the cave. Holding the torch high over your head, you re-enter the cave to investigate the dark. Hugging the wall, you make your way down a short passage to a much smaller triangular room. Piled against the far wall, a heap of bones glow whitely in the flickering torchlight. From the quantity of bones, it appears that bears had hibernated here for many winters. From the age of the bones, it is clear the cave has been uninhabited for years, just waiting to be found. It was a perfect cave, well situated, spacious, with an annex that offered additional space and privacy. As you leave the cave, the sun is shining, the clouds in rapid retreat, blown away by a sharp wind that came from the east. You take it as a good sign. You stand on the terrace in front of the cave and look out at the view from the mouth. Ahead, between a cleft formed by two hills, you can see a broad, shimmering expanse of open water. You hadn't realized you were so close, and it solved the puzzle of the rapidly warming temperature and unusual vegetation. The cave is in the foothills of a chain of mountains at the southern tip of a peninsula that jutted halfway into a mid-continent inland sea. The peninsula's primary connection to the mainland is a broad neck to the north, and a narrow strip of salt marsh ties it to the high mountainous land to the east. The salt marsh is a swampy outlet channel for a smaller inland sea on the northeastern edge of peninsula. The mountains at their back protected the coastal strip from the frigid winter cold and fierce winds. Maritime winds, moderated by unfreezing waters of the sea, create a narrow temperate belt at the protected southern tip. The factors at play provided enough moisture and warmth for the dense hardwood forest of broad-leafed deciduous trees to flourish in this region. The cave is in an ideal location. Temperatures are warmer than any that prevailed in the surrounding area, and there is an abundance of wood to supply fuel for warmth during the freezing winter months. A large sea is close at hand, filled with fish and seafood, and cliffs along the shore are home to a nesting colony of seabirds and their eggs. The temperate forest is a forager's paradise of fruits, nuts, berries, seeds, vegetables, and greens, with easy access to fresh water from springs and streams. But most importantly, it is within easy reach of the open plains, whose extensive grasslands sustain the herds of large, grazing animals. This land holds an overwhelming abundance.
You follow a narrow path that winds its way through the dense undergrowth, the verdant canopy above filtering the sunlight into dappled patterns on the forest floor. You walk slowly, taking in the sights and sounds of the jungle, feeling a sense of wonder and awe at the beauty of your surroundings. As you walk, you catch glimpses of colorful birds flitting among the branches, their brilliant plumage flashing in the sunlight. You hear the distant roar of a waterfall, growing louder with each step you take, a tantalizing promise of the natural wonder that awaits you. You pause for a moment to listen to the symphony of the jungle, the melodic trill of songbirds, the raucous calls of howler monkeys, the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze. You close your eyes and breathe deeply, letting the sounds and scents of the rainforest wash over you like a soothing balm. As you continue your journey, the path becomes steeper, the air thick with anticipation. You can feel the energy of the waterfall growing stronger with each step you take, drawing you closer like a siren's call. You push through the dense foliage, your heart pounding with excitement, until finally you emerge into a clearing and come face to face with the source of the sound. Before you stands a magnificent waterfall, its crystal clear waters cascading down from a towering cliff into a sparkling pool below. The air is filled with the thunderous roar of the falling water, the mist rising like a shimmering veil in the sunlight. You take a comfortable seat as you stare in awe of the waterfall's beauty, feeling a sense of reverence wash over you as you gaze upon this natural wonder. The sheer power and majesty of the waterfall fill you with a sense of awe and wonder, reminding you of the incredible beauty and diversity of the natural world. You approach the edge of the pool, feeling the cool spray of the waterfall against your skin. You dip your hand into the water, letting it cascade through your fingers like liquid silk. You close your eyes and let the sound of the falling water wash over you, feeling a sense of peace and serenity settle over your soul. In this moment, surrounded by the beauty of the rainforest and the majesty of the waterfall, you feel completely at peace, completely connected to the natural world around you. You are filled with a sense of gratitude for this experience, for the opportunity to witness the beauty of the jungle and the power of the waterfall. As the sun begins to dip below the horizon, casting golden rays of light across the landscape, you decide to set up camp nearby, eager to spend the night surrounded by the soothing sounds of nature. You find a spot nestled among the trees, close enough to the waterfall to hear its gentle roar, yet far enough away to feel a sense of solitude and serenity. As you pitch your tent and gather firewood, you can't help but feel a sense of deep serenity at the prospect of spending the night in such a breathtakingly beautiful location. The air is cool and fresh, filled with the scent of pine and earth, and the sky above is a tapestry of twinkling stars. You light a fire and sit back, watching the flames dance and flicker in the darkness, their warm glow casting shadows on the trees around you. You listen to the sounds of the jungle coming alive around you, the chirping of crickets, the rustling of leaves, the occasional hoot of an owl in the distance. You find yourself perched on a weathered log, nestled amidst a tranquil grove of pine trees. The rugged peaks of the mountains stretching out before you like ancient sentinels guarding the secrets of the wilderness. The crackling warmth of the campfire dances before you, casting flickering shadows that dance across the forest floor in a mesmerizing display. As the sun begins its slow descent behind the towering peaks, painting the sky in shades of crimson and gold, you feel a sense of awe wash over you. The air is cool and crisp, tinged with the scent of pine and wood smoke, and the sound of rustling leaves and chirping crickets fills the air. You feel the cool night air caress your skin and ruffle your hair, lulling you into a dreamlike respite as you settle even further into the comfort of your bed. With a soft sigh of contentment, you settle back against the rough bark of the tree, feeling its sturdy embrace against your back. You watch as the last rays of sunlight filter through the trees, casting long shadows that stretch out across the forest floor like fingers reaching towards the sky. In the distance, a lone bird calls out, its song echoing through the quiet stillness of the evening. You listen, captivated by the beauty of nature's symphony, the gentle crackle of the fire, the soft rustle of leaves in the breeze, the distant murmur of a babbling brook. As darkness falls and the stars begin to twinkle overhead, you feel a sense of peace settle over you like a warm blanket. The fire crackles merrily before you, its flames dancing in time with the rhythm of the night. You watch, mesmerized by the ever-changing play of light and shadow, feeling the warmth of the fire seep into your bones and chase away the chill of the evening air. In this moment, surrounded by the majesty of the mountains and the serenity of the forest, you feel a profound sense of connection to the natural world around you. You are not alone, but part of something greater, a tiny speck in the vast tapestry of life that stretches out before you in all its breathtaking beauty. The trees sway in the breeze, creating a night song of their own. Settle into yourself, breathe in the calm, and breathe out any remaining tension in your mind and body. Breathe. You are safe. You are comfortable. The night deepens, and the symphony of nature continues to play its enchanting melody. The crackling fire casts dancing shadows upon the forest floor, weaving intricate patterns that seem to come alive in the flickering light. You watch the flames leap and dance, mesmerized by their hypnotic rhythm. Above, the stars shine brightly in the velvety expanse of the night sky, their twinkling lights painting a picture of endless possibility. You trace the constellations with your eyes, feeling a sense of wonder and awe at the vastness of the universe stretching out before you. As you sit in the quiet solitude of the forest, you feel a sense of peace settle over you like a comforting embrace. All around you, the sounds of nature fill the air, the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze, the distant call of a nocturnal creature, the soft murmur of a nearby stream. In this moment, you are completely present, completely alive, completely at peace. The worries and cares of the world fade away, replaced by a profound sense of connection to the natural world around you. You are one with the forest, one with the mountains, one with the stars. Relax the toes, relax the sole of your feet, relax your ankles, relax your shins and the backs of your calves. Relax your knees and the backs of your knees. Relax your thighs and the backs of your thighs. Relax your buttocks. Relax your hips. Relax your abdominal cavity. Take a relaxing breath. Relax your rib cage. Relax your spine. Relax your shoulders and feel your upper body sink into comfort. Relax your jaw. Release the tongue from the top of the mouth. Relax your eyes. Relax your forehead, your temples, and the entirety of your head. Breathe. Release any remaining tension in the body. Let go. Breathe. And as you drift off to sleep beneath the canopy of trees, you feel a sense of gratitude well up within you for this moment, for this experience, for this gift of solitude and serenity in nature's embrace. For in this moment, you are truly alive, truly free, truly at home in the wilderness. With a grateful heart, you close your eyes and breathe in the crisp mountain air, savoring the stillness of the night and the peace that fills your soul. And as you drift off to sleep beneath the canopy of stars, you know that you are exactly where you are meant to be, embraced by the beauty of nature and the warmth of the fire at home in the